Welcome everybody to a new night with Social-Economic Networkers, an opportunity that is changing the lives of people all over the world. And every week we have a different speaker present about the opportunity and tell us their story. Tonight we have somebody special. I don't know her in person, but I'm super excited to hear her story. She is Andreina Romero, somebody who 11 months ago, her life was totally different. She was selling her things, trying to find some extra cash. Her situation, her economic situation was very hard. This opportunity came to her one day, and then things are started to change. She had, even though she has a degree in criminal, remind me, Andreina,
Criminal justice.
criminal justice, the degree wasn't doing anything for her. And the opportunity came, and then things started to change. And today she has a different life, and she will tell us how her life has changed and what the project has done to her. So, welcome, Andreina, and thank you so much for taking time to be with us tonight and sharing your story and what the project is about. Welcome.
Thank you everybody for having me. Thank you, Erika, for inviting me to be, to be able to share my story with you guys. Share my journey, what it's been. These great 11 months that I've just been in the business, and it's just been amazing. And I'm so happy to be here. Share my story, like I said, my journey, and just what an amazing organization we are part of. And so, I mean, you're all part of it too. And so, developing leaders is just amazing. It's amazing for all of us. And as millennials, I think we, we haven't made in this industry. So, thank you again for having me. I'm gonna go ahead and start the presentation. So you're gonna stop seeing my face, and you're gonna see a screen with my presentation. Okay, give me just a sec.
Okay. And in the meantime, while Andreina is preparing her screen, please, everybody who is attending the live presentation, turn off your vibration and also mute your phone so that we don't have any interruptions. Thank you so much.
Okay, give me just a sec.
Okay, it's coming close. So in the meantime, for those of you who are watching the presentation online, and also for the people who are live tonight, this is an opportunity for you to listen to the presentation with an open heart and with an open mind, because this project, it's a project of the 21st century, and it's an economic model that we are not taught in schools, in universities. It's something new. Sometimes we don't understand what we are going to listen, but if your heart tells you that there is something there that you need to pay attention to, something that calls you, it's because there is a reason for that. So use this opportunity to have an open heart and an open mind. How are we doing, Andreina?
It's, for some reason, it's not letting me. So I am gonna have one of you guys to maybe share it for me, please.
I can share my
screen. It's not
yeah,
letting me.
let me share my screen. Let's go ahead and share my screen. Share. Okay, let's find it. Let's go to Drive. Live. Let's go here. Okay. Andreina, it's ready.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I just see options to start your business.
Oh, sorry. That wasn't the right one.
It's okay.
There we go. There we go.
There it is. Okay. Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay. So everyone, I'm gonna share a little bit of. Well, Erika just told you pretty much Um, of my background, I am 27 years old, like she said. I am married to a wonderful husband, and I do have 2 daughters. One of them, she's 6. The other one, she's about to be 2 next month. And a while back, um, when I had my second baby, which is my little Lexi, when I had my second baby, my husband decided that for me to leave work, because I was working at the time, and I do work retail, and it's a very demanding job. Obviously, like any job, I guess, you have to, whenever they tell you to be there, you have to be there, absolutely, without a question, right? And so that's what was going on with me. I was working at the time, and my husband said, you know what, after the second baby, I want you to stop working, because I want you to give our kids 100% of your time, and so we can raise them the way we want to as a family. My mom is not going to be having to be raising my kids. Their grandma isn't, I mean, their, or anybody else, a babysitter, anybody else that can influence my kids. I mean, they're not going to be able to raise them the way we want. So my husband said that, and I said, well, okay. Of course, you know, we weren't really financially stable. We weren't, obviously, and it was just hard when I quit. I mean, it was awesome for me because I was gonna be with my kids all day, but it was also gonna be hard because the money wasn't gonna be enough. So so I decided to quit. I did quit, and things started to get a little rough. What I mean by rough is, I had to start selling, things that I had around the house, like Erika said, and my husband, whose hobby is to be a mechanic, he does mechanic work on cars. He was having to do side jobs, just to get, gas for the week, or for food, anything like that, and that's how we were getting by week. And so it started to get really ugly for us, unfortunately. And then, you know amongst all, while all this is going on in our lives, my 6-year-old, she gets diagnosed with asthma. So the like throughout the year, we were going to the hospital, I'm gonna say 3 to 4 months, through, every 3 to 4 months, with my 6-year-old. And it started, as a respiratory problems, and then she would get it so often, and we would have to go to the hospital so often, that she got diagnosed with asthma. So she has asthma, and every time that we would go to the hospital, we would have to stay there for a whole week. So, you know besides all these things that are going on financially, we have to deal with my daughter being sick, and taken to the hospital every 3 to 4 months. So needless to say, it was a very ugly year last year. And thankfully, I don't really, I don't really just go up to people and tell them my problems, because I'm not like that. But I was getting to that point where, I needed to tell somebody. And it happened that I told someone at work about this, and it happened to be my upline, Vero, which I am very appreciative of. She has been amazing, an amazing upline for me. She has been an amazing leader, and she has taught me absolutely everything that I know, and I'm so thankful for her. But anyways, so I tell her what's going on in my life, and she tells me, you know what, Andreina, I have something for you. Would you give yourself the chance to take a look at something? And I said, well, okay, because I was desperate at the time. You can imagine my frustration. I was desperate, so I said yes. And so she introduced me to this wonderful team, and it's amazing, products that we carry. And so I fell in love, and here I am right now. So that's a little bit of me and a little bit of my journey. So, thank you guys for being here, and I congratulate you on being here as well on a Saturday. It's I'm honored to be here, and I'm so happy to share this with you. Thank you, Erika. You may go on. So what are we as SEND team committed to? In this organization, we're committed to giving you personal growth. What do I mean by that? Well, a few months back, I wouldn't be able to even talk to people the way I do now. So, now that I'm giving the presentation on here virtually, I wasn't even able to do this back then, and so I have grown as a person. It's still me, but it's like a different me, and it's a better me, because I've always cared about people, but I've never had like the chance to show them how I care about them, or how much, or just tell them how I care about them. And this gives me a chance to really show them how I care, how much I care about people. And so this has given me the personal growth, and that's what this organization is committed to, is giving you as well personal growth. So once you achieve personal growth, in your own, you can start contributing socially. And that all it is being able to do things around, for people, because once you achieve the personal growth and you change as a person, you want to change people's lives as well, just like yours changed and it became amazing. That's what you want to do for others. And so that is what we're doing here as well. We are contributing socially, and we're making everyone's lives better, including your own. So once you achieve these two things, personal growth and social contribution, this also gives you the chance to have financial freedom. So, imagine doing all of these things and then being financially free at the end of, this amazing journey. So that's what we're all going for. So they are different socioeconomic transitions throughout, the years. We started with the agricultural era, which my parents, your parents probably used to do. Is my parents personally used to work the fields, and that's how money was made, and that's how what you would put food on the table. But then we came into the first and second revolution, and that brought the industrialization. That's where machinery came in, and that's where we started to see things being made a little differently, and that's how money was made then. And then we were introduced to the internet and the third revolution, and that absolutely changed the way things work. So obviously, I don't know if you guys are a fan of, but I am a very fan of shopping online. Why? Because I don't have to take my kids to the stores with me, and and them throw a tantrum in front of everybody, and then me have to leave empty-handed, or just with a huge headache, leaving them all with a huge headache. So you don't have to worry about those things anymore. So I am a huge fan of online shopping, but and that's the way business is done now. It's through the internet. What are we doing right now? We are actually working, as a matter of fact, and we are using the internet. So the internet absolutely opens so many doors, and of course we have to evolve with that. We cannot just stay stuck, doing the things the old way. I'm sorry. And so we also come into the fourth revolution, where we are being introduced to artificial intelligence. So what is artificial intelligence? It's robots. It's robotics, guys. So a robot doesn't necessarily have to take a human form. It could be anything. There's my husband works at a Walmart. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Walmart, but it's a super center, where they sell many things. And of course, and they have, they used to have people cleaning, the spills, the floors and all that. But my husband, he said, you know what, babe, they fired a lot of people, well, janitorial, because they made this robot that cleans the floors 24/7. Of course, the robot doesn't get sick. The robot doesn't call in sick, like I said, and it doesn't if it breaks, all they have to do is fix it. It doesn't complain. It works 24/7 without pay. They don't have to. Companies don't have to deal with the hassle of the human life in that sense, and so they're letting go of a lot of people, and that's where your job is at risk. Go for it. So, they asked me, when I first came into this, they asked me different questions that I had to really look back and really think about this. They asked me, are your family's finances secure? Do you have do you know how to thrive economically for the next 5 to 10 years? Are you prepared to face the future? And for all those three questions at the time, my answer was no. Obviously, I mean, like I said, we were selling things. My husband was, doing jobs on the side just to get by. So absolutely not. We didn't have, my husband likes to save, but we didn't have that money saved in case something, ugly happens in our lives. So the answer was absolutely no. The answer today, I'm gonna be honest, is still no. We're not at that point where we can just, when my husband could quit his job, but we are very confident now that we can achieve things, and that will get us there. And so my husband is also, currently in the process of starting his career, and with this, it's like a team thing. We're both working for us to have financial freedom, and this absolutely, opens the door for that. Go for it. Thank you. So there's two types of distribution models. One of them is the one that we've always seen, and this is just, the typical store where you purchase your goods, where you purchase your products. So when you purchase something at a store, the factory gets their 36%. The wholesaler gets 20%. The warehouse 12%. The store itself gets 20%. And for promoting everything, it's 12%. So all your money that you're paying is being distributed amongst these middlemen. But what is the new way to do business? So the new way to do the business is, we as entrepreneurs, that's you and me on the right, we connect people straight to the factory. Of course, the factory is still going to get their 36%, but because we are eliminating the store, the wholesaler, the promotion, all this, we as entrepreneurs, for connecting these people straight directly to the company, we get 64%. And in this company that we are part of, organization, it's up to 84%. So that is the way we do the business. Go for it. So what benefits are offered by, this new platform for generating income? So there's two types of income. And I remember I did not hear of any. I didn't know I was part of a linear income, and I didn't know what residual income was. So linear income is basically exchanging your time for money. So when I go to work I only work Saturdays and Sundays, by the way, because my boss wouldn't let me leave. But when I go and clock in, that's my time running. So I'm exchanging my time, of course, for money. And so in this type of linear income, 95% of people do this, by the way, the linear, and their retirement is 30 to 40 years. And with the way things are going, at least here in the USA, it's not even that anymore. It's probably even more. Sadly to say, people in 30, 40 years are not even able to retire, are afraid to retire, or if they retire, it's not enough to live, or to live the rest of their lives like the way they want it. You have a fixed schedule, of course. Most people work 8 to 12 hours a day, Monday through Friday. That's usually what people work. And that's you have to show up. There's no other way around it. If you want to make money, you have to show up. It's very dependent on other people and what other people want. On residual income, however, which is what we do, there's four types of people. I mean, well, let me first explain what residual income is. So residual income is where you do the job once, and you do a very good job at it, and it pays you for the rest of your life. So who are the people that get residual income? Singers are one of them. They produce a song, they sing it, and they get paid for the rest of their lives, even after they're dead. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with Michael Jackson, but that man, he wrote a lot of songs. He sang a lot of songs. And And so his family is still getting paid off of that. So, you know, that's one of the people that make residual income. Another one are authors. Every time they sell a book, that is, you know, that is going to be money made for the rest of their life, even after they're dead. What else? Inventors. Anybody who invents anything will get paid for the rest of their life, even after they're dead. And of course, this can be passed down to generations. And the fourth type of person that makes residual income is network marketers, which is us. We can achieve financial independence from 2 to 5 years, depending on how hard you work. Your schedule is flexible. Right now, I'm at work. I'm actually at home. My kid is right here next to me, giving me a hard time, but it still work. And you know, it's all around your schedule. So it's absolutely amazing, and the income is unlimited. It is all up to you and how hard you work, and of course, residual gets paid, like I said, for the rest of your life. Go ahead. So what company are we talking about? Because, you know, every network marketing company needs a very solid foundation. And so our solid foundation is For Life Research. So what is For Life Research? For Life Research was founded by David and Bianca Lizambi. So, you know, back in the day when tuberculosis was at its peak, you know, a lot of people were getting sick. Obviously, they were dying. So, you know, they discovered what transfer factors are. So transfer factors, you know, they were immune boosters. And so, you know, at the same time, penicillin, how do you pronounce it? Penicillin was also brought up, and so that's what people wanted. So that's what sold. But what David did was he rediscovered transfer factors, and he put it in a little pill form. Hold on, Mama. Excuse my baby, guys. So, you know, what are transfer factors? Transfer factors is a molecule that is obtained from the cow's colostrum and the chicken's egg yolk colostrum, and the nanofactor, and they put it all together in a pill form, and it automatically boosts your immune system up to 437%, or, you know, depending on which product you take, but that's basically what it is. It's an immune booster, and it's absolutely natural. Go for it. So what kind of products do we carry? Because, I mean, For Life has over 90 products. We have products for absolutely anything. All of them, or most of them, containing transfer factor, obviously. So we have for the internal system, which is anything, you know, inside of your body. It could be any sickness, it could be any illness, anything, you know, inside your body, virus, anything like that. We also have for you to lose weight. We have a weight loss industry. We also have a facial and beauty industry. And thank you. And we have our essential oils that were just brought up this past April, which are absolutely amazing. Like I said, we have over 90 products, so I can't go over all of them with you, but I will tell you just a little bit of my story and my testimony with my 6-year-old. So she, like I said, last year she got diagnosed it was October of last year. She got diagnosed with asthma. And, you know, when we spoke to the doctors, they said, you know, when she goes outside, you know, she's going to have a very limited, I don't know how to explain it. She won't be able to do things that children want to do, in other words. So he was telling me every time she goes outside and it's windy, you have to give her all this medicine and steroids. And they said every time she goes to school, before school, you have to give her this medicine and steroids. And every time before she does this, make sure you give her medicine and steroids. And before she does that, make sure you give her medicine and steroids. So I was my husband and I were so frustrated and devastated by the news, because she wasn't going to be able to do things that, you know, kids normally want to do. So like I said, I talked to my upline about it, and Vero, you know, she introduced me to this. My daughter has been taking the trifactor for this whole time now. So it's been almost a year. It's going to be a year in January. And she has not gone, thank God, back to the hospital. She hasn't gone back to the hospital, and she hasn't even visited the doctor. So, you know, the product, does it work? Yes, we know the product works. It does what it says it's gonna do. All we have to do is share this information with other people so they can get healthy as well and have these types of testimonies as well. Thank you, Erika. You may go for it. Oops. Okay, here. So how do we generate income? There's what we call the rapid rewards, and that is easy money, you know, fast money. So the company does ask you to invest 100 points every month. So, you know, there's people out there that actually like to sell, and this stuff is easy to sell. So, you know, let's say, for example, someone sells 1,000 points. They get deducted the 100 points for the investment. Anything above the 100 points, they get paid 25% from that. So from 1,000 points, you're gonna get $250 the very next day. I apologize for my daughter. She's cranky. Go for it. Come here.
The nice thing of this project is that you can do it at home and be with your daughter while you're presenting.
Oh no. Sorry guys, give me just a sec. What do you
How is everybody doing so far?
We're doing well. If for real, if it's no problem with me, because I have a little boy too, and he was started talking too. He heard the baby and he started trying to comfort her. One of the best things about having this as a way to work is to be able to be at home and to still care for your children.
Yeah.
And that's amazing about her daughter not going back to the hospital with the doctor. It's so awesome. Oh, is she gonna nurse her? Our nurse is 18 months old, and the nursing is basically the same thing as what this product is, because breastfeeding gives us the babies the transfer factor.
Right.
As well.
Which is why I'm still doing it, but I have to stop next month, just because that's what I told myself I would do. So next month, for sure, I'm stopping, but for now, she's still getting that transfer factor.
Mm-hmm.
Good job,
All right,
Mom.
guys. I'm sorry about that. You may go on.
Okay.
All right. So how do we generate income quickly? There's different ways to start the business. As far as, you know, if you want to sell, there's different, you know, packages that you can get that you can easily sell and make profit out of it. For example, if you, let's say you get the builder pack, it saves you $140 already. That is 400 points. You get 25% off of that, which automatically is $100. So for 200, for the next pack, 200 points, they give you 25% off of that. It's $50. For the transform pack, it's 160 points, 65 points, I'm sorry. You get 25% off of that, and you get $41.25. Or for the product selection, which is your own selection based on your needs. Anything above the 100 points, you get paid, which will make it around $25. Hey. So For Life recently added this builder bonus. It actually came effective on October, and we are also excited about it because it is the way we make it's a simple bonus that the company gives us for doing the work. So that's me up there where it says you with 100 points. That's us. And we share this amazing product or the amazing business opportunity with 3 people, and you get $50 every month, and this is just a bonus. And then we show them how to share this information and how to do the business. So each one of your 3 bring in 3 people themselves. That gives you, once they each have their 3, that gives you $200 every month. And like I said, this is just a bonus. This is not even residual income. And then when you're in that 3rd phase, you can get up to $800 a month. And like I said, it's a bonus, and that's the most you can get out of the bonuses. But it's $800 a month, every month, just for sharing this amazing information is absolutely amazing to me. So when I saw the builder bonus in October, I was absolutely so ecstatic and so excited about it. Yeah, so it gets people going. So it's absolutely an amazing company that we work with. Go for it. Thank you, Erika. So For Life, for congratulating you and celebrating with you your great success, they actually offer I'm sorry, they actually offer trips. So these trips, obviously they're based on on your hard work. And once you achieve the what they call the great escapes, they don't just send you anywhere. They'll send you in places you've never imagined. They send you to islands, they send you to cruises, they send you to, just unbelievable places, and it's all paid from the moment you leave the house to the moment you come back to the house. So it's all paid, and For Life is also very good about, giving back to us, and that's their way of doing it, giving us trips. Go for it. Thank you. So how do you generate income? And this is where residual income comes in. So like I said, you share this information, you share the business opportunity, the product with 6 families. So 6 families usually, each family usually consumes about 250 points. So the company is going to pay you 2% off of that, and 2% out of anything above that. So, for those 6 people that you share this with, the company is going to pay you $30 every month. So $30 might not sound like much right now, but if I were to tell you, guys, there's going to be $30 in the front of your door every 15th of the month, I'm sure we would all run and get it the first thing on the morning every 15th of the month. So so that's $30 help a lot, and it is something, and it's all based on your first work. Go for it. Level 2. So like I said, you show these people how to share the information, how to do the business, how to do what we do, and 6 families now turns into 36 families consuming the same amount of product. But now the company is going to pay you 25%, and they're going to give you 5% out of anything above their 100 points. So now the company is now paying you $1,170 plus the $30. That makes it $1,200 every 15th of the month. So I don't know about you guys, but $1,200 is already enough to pay a mortgage here. Maybe not in other places, right? But here in El Paso, it's already paying for a house. So, I mean, that's absolutely amazing to think about. Level 3. So again, it's like a ripple effect. You share that information, they share that information. It's all a process. And 36 people now turn into 216 people. The same amount of points is consumed. So but the company is now paying you 5%, and 12% out of anything above. So the company is now paying you $4,968 plus anything above that. That is around $6,000 a month. So I mean, $6,000 a month. I think my husband could already quit his job and completely, just be with us and his family. And that is absolutely something that I am so going for, and that I so yearn for, and I know I'm gonna get there. Level 4, it just keeps going. 216 families turns into 1,296 families. The company is now paying you $21,384 a month. And that number, it just keeps growing. And all you had to do, guys, guess what? Was that first level? Talk to 6 families. That's all you had to do. And that's where the residual income comes in. You do the work once, which is talk to 6 families and share this with them. And then you get paid for the rest of your life, and those numbers for the rest of your life. So, you're probably wondering, because when I first came into this, I did not know what network marketing was. I did not know what I was looking at, really. I was so confused by it, but I was also very excited for it. So I was questioning, well, who's going to guide me? And you're probably wondering, how will I gain the knowledge? I would just want you to know that you are literally not alone. First, we are part of a great team. Our STEM team is absolutely an amazing team, organized by, of course, Dr. Arminio Nevares, who, had the courage to do something like this and really show people that there's a way to enjoy life and still, make money. And so if you're thinking, I don't know how to do this, I didn't bring it with me, but there's this, The Guide to Success. It's a little book that, inexpensive book, by the way, that shows you how to do the business, from talking to people to inviting people to, anything that you need to know about the business. It is there. And so that is our guide. That's how we guide ourselves. And of course, we cannot leave out the team. The team is absolutely amazing. They'll be there for you 100% of the time. There has not been one time where I reached to my upline and they're not there for me to answer anything, any questions that I may have, or and just answer anything, or guide me in anything, or support me with anything. There hasn't been a time where they have said no. So the team is there, the guidance is there. It's all, just up to you. Thank you. So there's 3 ways to start this business. Of course, you could be a preferred customer, which you just consume the product, which is absolutely amazing, because your immune system is gonna go up, so you're gonna be healthy, and that is always good. So you'll have that benefit, but you won't have the income, of course. You can choose to be a distributor, which a lot of people also like to do. There's a lot of people out there that actually like to sell things. I personally don't like to, sell the product much, but there are people out there that like to only sell. And so you get that benefit. You're still part of the linear income, because obviously you're just getting paid for your sales. But if you choose to be an entrepreneur, which is what most of us here are doing, leaders, developing other leaders on how to do the business and how to change people's lives, then that's where residual income comes in. And that is really where, all that personal growth and, social, what is it called? Sorry, I'm lost. Social contribution comes in. So, and of course, financial freedom comes in as well. So, you have these options. Of course, talk to whoever invited you onto the meeting. Talk to on what option you are thinking of. Personally, I was so astounded by this, but when I left the meeting with my upline that day that she showed me this for the first time, there was something that felt right about it. And I talked to my husband and I told him there's just something right that feels right. So, go with your gut feeling. And if you want to make your dreams come true, of course, this is one way to do it. So what are you waiting for, to make your dreams come true, to have time for your family? Like I said, I don't want my husband to work all this time. I want him to be here with us. Thankfully I don't have to work anymore, but this has brought, this organization, this business has already brought so much to me. So just a little bit, I have always wanted my 6-year-old to be in ballet, but it was always so expensive for me. Just because I couldn't afford it, guys. Whatever it was, I couldn't afford it. So, when I came into For Life and it started, producing the income, I was able to finally put my daughter in ballet and purchase the $100 costume that she has to wear for for the performances. And so, little by little, my dreams are coming true, and it's just absolutely amazing what this can do for you. And I just want you to know that if you want to live, your dreams, you can. And you got to know that there's options out there, guys. You don't have to work for the rest of your life in order to be happy and have the time for your kids, have health, and have income. So that is all. I hope I somehow touch your hearts, open your mind a little bit to the options that are out there, and hopefully you will join us in this amazing journey that we are all part of. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Andreina. This was such a touching story and business presentation. I want to clap at you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Erika.
It's amazing to see what the project does to us. The personal growth component is so powerful. And we have a community here. We have a team worldwide that is with us, supporting us, helping us through our growth, mentoring us to become mentors and mentor other people. It's amazing. I'm curious to know, what was the most challenging part of this journey for you?
The most challenging part, you know what? I think it's getting out of my comfort zone. That's where, where my personal growth came in. But when I first started, I've always been friendly. I've always had friends, but I was never the type to go out with friends, to talk to friends, to give them a call, and I when I first came into this, I struggled with that because I was so not used to it. And so, of course, you care for people, but you don't, you're so caught up in that daily life that you forget to give them a call or to send them a text, just to see how they are doing. And so this, of course, I struggled with that because, like I said, I wasn't used to it anymore. So I was kind of awkward at first, I was having such a hard time. People were like, why are you talking to me? You haven't talked to me in such a long time. And I'm like, I'm sorry. It's because, and I'm sure we've all been through this, but, we want to share this amazing opportunity, and this, you just want to do it. You just want to do it, right? And so you do it. So that's what I was having a hard time at first, and still today a little bit, but obviously I came a long way. I mean, I'm here doing this presentation when I would never have done it back then.
Wow, I'm so happy to hear and to see this growth in you. It's beautiful. Yeah. Do we have any questions from the participants tonight?
I have a question. It's more related to inviting people and letting them know about the opportunity. Something that I've been coming up against is there's so many people who are afraid of, they think that it's a scam or something. And I'm having a hard time to break through to people to say, no, this is something that can actually change your life. So how have you been able to meet that challenge?
There are a lot of people that obviously think it's a scam, but I think the way you present it first, you know, because we can sound like scammers at times. You know, we're so excited about the opportunity, and we are so excited to share it with people that we sound kind of like fake, you know. And so at least that's the problem that I was having. I sounded so fake. And so I think the thing that we need to focus on, as you know, as entrepreneurs or as network marketers, as you know, leader developers, is we need a relationship with these people first. So we cannot I mean, of course, a lot of the times we just want to help them and get straight to the point. But a lot of the times when it's people that we know, they know that something's up. You know, people know. And I think just starting a relation, like a conversation with them first, you know, getting to know them and their needs before you actually present, you know, your opportunity or product, then I think that's the best way to do it. I think I don't know if you guys know, you guys don't know, of course. I have been doing Facebook Lives a lot, and it has opened a lot of doors. I would encourage you, if you guys are okay with being on camera, I would encourage you guys to try a Facebook Live. Talk about not the product, because we cannot mention the actual name of the product, but talk about maybe your testimony. You know, that was my first live, actually. I talked on Facebook Live about my testimony with my daughter, and people reached out to me because they wanted whatever my daughter was having. So that's one way to go for it. You know, when it comes to social media, that's the way you can use it. But you know, we have to figure out people's needs first before we show them something like this. You know, people are kind of sometimes they really don't want to hear it. So unless we know their needs and what they really need, and you know, just build a relationship with them, and then you'll know, or they'll tell you their needs, and then you can go into telling them about the business or product. And that's been working for me.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a good advice.
Do we have other questions? It looks like no. So for all the attendees, the participants, oh, we have a question from Patty from Bolivia, my upline.
Good night or good evening. Andreina, you have an amazing story. While your baby was crying, I thought this project is amazing, because this show us that we are normal people, that if we can do this project, anybody can do it. No,
Yes.
Thanks for sharing your story. This project, you can touch our soul. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Patty.
Help
I appreciate it. Yes, I'm here for anything, guys. I mean, like I said, I've been having some coaching lessons from, you know, Ray Higdon, and using social media. So if you guys are interested in maybe using social media to your advantage, I can, you know, add me on Facebook, and we can, you know, I can show you. You'll see my lives. You'll see what I've been talking about.
How can we find you in Facebook?
Facebook Live. I mean Facebook. Sorry, my Facebook is just Andreina Romero.
Andreina Romero. Okay. Oh yes, found you. Oh, we are friends already. Okay.
Yes, I added you first.
That's funny. Okay. So for all the participants who are here tonight, and for all those of you who are watching the video, I invite you to reach out to the person who invited you, because the person who invited you saw something in you. ask them questions, ask them more. Hey, what is this project about? Because what you heard tonight is only 10% of the project. There is so much more. And the person who invited you has information. So ask. Don't feel afraid to ask. And the person is going to give you the information that you need for this, to start living life differently. So I want to thank you, Andreina, once again for such a beautiful and touching story, for being a mom in front of the camera. Like my mom said, we are real people that if you can do this, anybody can do this. Anybody who has a dream can do this. So thank you so much. And I hope that we meet someday in person.
Yes, I hope so too. I'm so honored to be here. I'm so glad that you invited me to this. And I really hope to see you guys. Add me on Facebook.
Awesome. Good night, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Have a great evening, everyone.